That's, I think, what I struggle with most, living with cancer. You know, it's just, I was so happy to get that news, and that's great. That's where you want to be. You want to be in remission. But then I still, I'm not able to take the oncologist's report that says, okay, don't worry about it now, just go on and just pretend that you don't have, that this isn't part of your life. And I just think that that's impossible. It's impossible to do. 36 when I was diagnosed. She walked in and she asked me to lie down on the table, and she said, I just want to check your lymph nodes. So she checked all my lymph nodes and she said, I don't understand because your lymph nodes aren't swollen or anything, but, and then she leaned against the table and she just looked at me and she said, we think you either have leukemia or lymphoma. And then that was it. And I can't really remember much about it afterwards. I remember, feeling that I couldn't breathe and that I had to get out of the hospital right away. And then when we got out, that it was the darkest night ever, and Kevin couldn't say a thing. Like, we were just driving home thinking, like, I'm gonna die for sure. I didn't even consider that. Like, I thought if I had either one of those things, that it was going to be horrible. And I came home and I had been breastfeeding my son, and he was sick as a baby, so he was breastfeeding every hour. And I came home and I just fed him and fed him and fed him and fed him. And I spent the entire night just going back and forth between their rooms and lying with them and listening to them breathe and smelling their hair and thinking, like, I'm not gonna see them grow up. And the next day we had to go back to the hospital for more blood work, and we went back, and the doctor came in and said, it is a form of leukemia. We think it's something called CML, chronic myelogenous leukemia. And you're going to have a bone marrow biopsy. So I had no idea what a bone marrow biopsy was. They told me to go to Sunnybrook Hospital, and I didn't even think cancer, like leukemia, cancer, didn't think it was the same thing. So the day after that, it was my daughter's first day at preschool. So we dropped her off on her first day and went to Sunnybrook and walked into the cancer center. And I just started crying from the minute I walked in. The first step in terms of my treatment was to take something called hydroxyurea, and that was to bring my white cells down. And then they would start with the magic bullet drug called Gleevec. I know for me and the other people with CML that I know, reaching out to the LLS and having them involved in our group has been essential, just in terms of quality of life and putting this disease in a better perspective. I was a short distance runner in school, in university, but I never considered myself a long distance runner. And the LLS asked me to be an honored hero. So basically, someone who can go out to the information sessions for the team in training and basically talk to people who are thinking about joining the program and say, your fundraising dollars is why I'm alive, which is essentially true. And so I did that for about 5 sessions, and then I started to feel really badly about, here I am standing up and trying to convince these people to do a marathon, which is 4 or 5 hours running. It sounded insane to me, and so then I thought, I should just sign up because they're signing up for me. So I signed up, and it's amazing. As I've gone on, it's sort of been the peace of mind that I get from running. Like, I found that, during my day-to-day, I worry a lot about my health and, what the future holds. But I find that when I'm out there and really pushing myself, that I find peace and I feel stronger and I feel, brave, and, all those fears and anxieties that I carry with me most of the time sort of tend to fall away. So that's sort of, that's now becoming my motivation.